Rise Around here for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to have with me on Zoom today, Elliot Well. Elliot, first thing, my man, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Hope you're well.
All is well. How's the weather, your end?
Yeah, it's all right. It's a bit cold, but it's sunny, so it's all right, yeah.
I've
We had
had
a
a bit,
nice few weathers last week, but now it's gone a bit shit again.
it has gone shit again. I've had a bit of snow this morning already, mate.
Yeah, we had a bit of snow earlier, but it's gone a bit, it's brightened up now. It's brightened up, it's all right.
How things been? How's the new start to the year been?
Yeah, it's all right. Obviously, my last fight was December. I was hoping to try and get out a little bit earlier, but it never happened. So I'm just looking forward to getting back out now, April, next couple of weeks. But yeah, training's going well, everything's going good, yeah.
Obviously, I know the British board kind of suspended all boxing in January. So I know
Yeah,
obviously Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, and other promoters had obviously scheduled events for January, and obviously that obviously had a setback on
yeah.
many fighters. Do you feel like if that suspension of boxing wasn't there in January, you would have got out a lot sooner?
Yeah, I reckon I would have got out in February probably because obviously I think when they suspended January, all the January fighters was pushed back to February, and it all just sort of pushed everyone else back. But it is what it is, ain't it? I suppose let's get the ball rolling in April and then see what we can do after.
I was going through the fight schedule for April 15th, and I was like, right, gotta chase these fighters down and get them on Zoom and get them interviewed.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, there's Elliot Well. The last time I spoke to him, we were talking about Tyson Fury enjoying his ring
Tyson
walk.
Fury, isn't it? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was after my fight, that was, wasn't it?
That's
Yeah, I
right.
remember. Yeah, he's fucking it's a man, isn't he, old Tyson?
Elliot, obviously you've probably had time to reflect. Obviously 5-0. Obviously with just that one stoppage win for yourself. But
Yeah.
how have you kind of assessed the last 12 to 18 months and obviously that last performance of yours?
Obviously, it's been a bit slow to be honest with you. Obviously, because of COVID, and I actually had a hand injury, so I was out for about 10 months after my last fight in the lockdown. So I think as a pro, it's all been a little bit slow, but I'm looking to have a clean run now. The last fight, I felt like when I watched it back, I felt like I'd put in a good performance. I boxed quite well. It was just quite tough and durable. I want to try and hopefully I haven't got an opponent yet, but I'm looking to get someone who's going to come to fight sort of thing. So I think that brings out the best in me when they're trying to throw punches at me. Do you know what I mean? I can catch them. Because in the lockdown, I fought two undefeated fighters, both coming to win, and I felt like I performed better. Well, no, not performed better, but I just feel like they're the fights that I want to be involved in. That fight there, my last one in December, I was happy with the performance. But yeah, just want to push on now, get this one out of the way with, and then move on.
What have the discussions been with MTK? Obviously, I know, like you said, we've had COVID and it's kind of delayed things for a
Yeah,
lot of fighters, and then trying to get back into the rhythm again, and obviously trying to have that mindset of staying in the gym and staying fit, because you just don't know when
yeah.
you might get called onto a show. But what's kind of the discussion with MTK been so far about the next kind of 12 months?
Yeah, so hopefully, well, I was speaking to Lee Eaton. He was saying that he wants to try and get me for like a Southern area title, get like maybe try and get an 8 rounder for this one, then a 10 rounder, or just straight for the Southern area. Um, I see. I want to get this one out of the way with. Obviously, get the opponent, find out who it is, how many rounds. Then maybe speak to Lee after, or even my manager Adam Hart. I'll go and have a chat with them because really I want to get this one done. Then maybe fight for like in a 10 rounder, and then fight in like for the English title or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Because just I see the English title was like on Sky Sports the other day, so I'd like to get on like a big TV like show. Do you know what I mean? A fight for a title. So, that'd be nice. So see what happens. But I'm gonna have a little chat with NGK after this fight and get the plan for the year and the future.
And obviously, you know, when fighters have time away from the sport, you get some fighters that continuously grind in the gym, continuously work and improve, work on improvements. Other fighters that
Yeah.
go on a bench and go on and blow up in weight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, obviously, the last couple of months? Have you been able to stay focused? Because knowing that you're with a massive platform like MTK, that
Yeah.
you're always going to get those fight dates.
Yeah, of course. Like when I was injured, obviously I couldn't punch, so I was out of the gym for a while, it was a bit of a bad time to be honest. But once I got the injury, once I was like done my rehab and I was back, I boxed in December, and since then I've been in the gym. I've had a couple of like close calls. People have rang me up saying, "Oh, you could get on this fight, but so I've always stayed in the gym, and I'm always like, my weight's never too bad. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always ready. And obviously this time, the April 15th show got penciled in. But yeah, I'll try and stay in the gym because it's the best thing for us. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Is there something that you've been kind of working on to improve? Can we expect to see something different from you? April
Yeah, I
15th?
feel like now I'm definitely like maturing as a pro. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've found my own sort of style now. We've got Ian Weaver down the gym now, and he's been working with me quite a bit on the pads, trying to just keep things sharp. And yeah, I'm looking. It's probably the best I've felt, best training camp I've had. I'm looking to put on a good performance. So hopefully everything that I've been practicing in the gym will come out and I'll put on a good performance for everyone, and you'll be able to see.
Obviously still young, obviously I think 23, 24.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've got time to just almost take your time to have the right fights at the right time and still learn, because you've got another 10 years ahead of you?
Yeah, of course. I've got plenty of time. I'm 24. Obviously, the only thing is I like to test myself. So if you look at my last 3 opponents, 2 of them were unbeaten, 1 had a winning record. I want to try and keep staying in them sort of fights. Obviously, I'm not saying like I want to start fighting the top 10 people right now. Do you know what I mean? Because I know you've got to build up the rounds and build up stuff like that. But I feel like I can still get in some good fights with people with winning records and go out the rankings. And then hopefully have a big year this year. Then next year be pushing on for maybe like British titles and stuff like that.
When you look at the kind of the domestic scene, we know what the world scene is like of the world tour. We know
Yeah.
Ugas is fighting Spence in that welterweight division. Terence Crawford is still eager to fight
Yeah.
Spence. We all want to see that fight. But when you kind of look at the domestic scene, obviously McKinson went out to LA, obviously to take on Virgil Ortiz. Didn't happen, but he still went out, put performance in, got the win. Conor Benn out in action, I think a day after yourself. Chris KONGO was out last weekend as well on the Richard Riakporhe undercard. When you look at these fights, are those the kind of level of fighters you want to eventually get up to and mix in with next 12
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I don't really watch too much boxing, so I didn't actually get to watch I didn't actually watch their fights, but I've shared the ring with Mikey McKinson. I've sparred Chris KONGO. Do you know what I mean? I've sparred these sort of fighters when I was amateur and also when I just started out as a pro. So I know I can definitely get to that level and obviously hopefully push on to world level as well. But yeah, like I say, it's just about taking the right fights at the right time, and I believe in myself to get there. Definitely.
Who would you say is kind of the leader of that pack at the moment? Obviously, anything can happen in boxing. We saw Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko, become the man.
Yeah.
Ambrosius then obviously beat Teofimo, became the man. Who do you think currently domestically is the man?
Domestically, right now, I think it's hard. Conor Benn's definitely improved a lot, and obviously he's got a big platform, and they're pushing him in one way, so he's doing well. I even think Mikey Mickelson, he's doing good. I feel like technically he's probably one of the better ones at that way. But yeah, no, it's a good little division domestically and world. So yeah, I'm looking forward to keep working hard, getting to that position, and then mixing it with them sort of people.
Okay, Elliot, well, we'll wish you all the best for April. You'll fight in 2 weeks' time. I will be there, so I will catch up with you after the fight. Before I let you go, obviously, probably one of the biggest fights in recent times on British soil takes place in under a month's time. Tyson Fury, as you mentioned earlier, he's the man. In your words, at the beginning of the interview, it takes on the body snatcher, the dangerous Dillon White. I just want to get your prediction on what you think happens.
Do you know what? I think Tyson Fury probably outboxed him. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I reckon he'll win on points, but it's going to be a good fight because Dillon White's obviously got the power, and I don't know. He's earned his right to be there. Do you know what I mean? He's boxed some real good heavyweights, and he's obviously won and he has earned his right. And I think it's a tough fight, but maybe I think the size and the brain of Tyson's probably going to get in there. Do you know what I mean? And get the win on the points.
What do you make of this whole commotion that's going on outside of the ring at the moment with him not showing up to the press conference and all of that stuff?
Fury done it for Klitschko, though, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? It's all, they're just trying to get in each other's heads, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't know if people can get in Tyson's head. Do you know what I mean? But it's just part of the game, I suppose, isn't it?
It is indeed the part of the game, the mind games. Well, Elliot, mate, thank you so much for jumping on. Give me a little bit of your time. 2 weeks away now, and
that's it. 2 weeks, Good Friday, so it will be a Good Friday.
Your call.
Yeah, perfect. I just want to say a big thanks to my sponsors, City Post. Because without them, this wouldn't be harder. Do you know what I mean? They're making me a full-time pro in that, so big thanks for them.
Absolutely, mate. Well, yeah, we'll catch up with you soon, mate. Take care. Elliot Ware for IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.